Hi, today's training is going to be time management, kind of money management all in one. It's called the Quadrant Training Sheet. And again, because I'm videotaping and showing, I'm going to hold this up and explain it to you. And this is such a great thing to teach you because you just need a blank piece of paper and I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to do to kind of control your time as you build your business. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide this into four. You're going to put up at the upper left-hand quadrant hours you're willing to work. Willing. Big word, willing to work. What your retail sales goal is for the time invested, and you've got to kind of have that be pretty equal. I said 10 hours with 500 in sales. You can't put 5 hours and put $1,000 a week because that's not going to happen. So you got to be pretty close with that and pretty realistic. Down here in the lower left, I've got circles for the number of faces I'm going to see in a week. And then on the lower right, it's my team. So to keep me kind of keeping information out there in people's hands. This is a great tracking sheet for you to see that it works when you work. So if you're not, working, you're going to see that the hours are not, subtracting, and you're going to see the sales aren't coming together. So this is how this works. Okay, so over here I've got willing to work 10 hours. You can't see me. There you go. 10 hours and $500 in sales. Here's the number of faces I'm going to see. And what this also helps me determine is what my average face sale is. So then after a while, if you do this for 30 days, you're going to know if my week is 500 goal, I need to see X number of faces because you'll determine your face average. Okay, 10 hours. Let's say I get on the phone for 1 hour, so I'm going to subtract it and be 9. In that 1 hour, I sold $50, so I'm going to subtract that to be $450. Then I held a skincare class. It took 2 hours. I sold $200. So I'm subtracting the 2 hours down to 7 hours now that I need to work in the week. And I subtract the 200 from the 450, so I've got 250 to go to reach my $500 goal. Then I fill in down here. I did a skincare class and there were 3 people there. So I'm going to write their names right there. And so I've got my 3 faces with a goal of 9 for the week. Go back up here. I hold a facial. So it's one person. I sold $50, so I'm subtracting that to be 200. I'm down to 6 hours. That facial was Kelly. So I fill in Kelly's face here, and I gave Kelly recruiting information. So I'm going to move over to my team here, and I'm going to put a little smiley face with Kelly's name. So now I've subtracted that 1 hour from there. I've got 5 hours to work. I have another skincare class. So now I'm subtracting 2 hours. I sold $200. So I have already reached my goal of selling 500. I've really only seen 4 faces. I've got 1 training packet out there. I want to follow up with her, so I'm going to do an interview for an hour. Subtract that to be only 2 hours a week. Kelly signs her agreement. So I'm going to give Kelly hair. I'm going to put a dress on her. I'm going to put little heels on her. She's carrying a purse. I've got me a new team member. Now, the and then some consultant is going to look at this and say, okay, I've still got more hours to work. I'm going to book a double facial, or I'm going to start calling for next week or whatever because I've got spaces to fill. So I thought, okay, I'm going to hold a double facial. It took me 2 hours. I worked my full hours. I sold another 150. So I'm over my sales goal for 500. I saw another 2 faces here, and I handed out another team building thing that I'm going to follow up on next week. So ladies, your goal with this is to fill your quadrants as completely as you can. And you're going to see here that Mary Kay works when you work. Okay, there you go.